Hello, this is Mr. Martin, and in this video we're going to continue with part 2 of our notes on reflections. So we've already covered some quick notes here and looked at example 1. If you missed that, go back to video 1. We're going to take a look at the next two examples in this video. So for number 2, we want to give the coordinates of the image of polygon BREAD after reflecting over the x-axis. So we know when we reflect over the x-axis, our rule is our xy's become x opposite of y. Okay, we're flipping everything down here. So the x values are going to stay the same, but the y's are going to change to the opposite. So let's make a list of all of our original points. So we have B, R, E, A, D, and this will allow us to quickly apply our rule and find our new points. So for B, our point is -4, 4. For R, we have -1, 7. And then E is 3, 5. A is 2, 1. And D is -2, -1. Alright, so now let's go ahead and apply our rule to get B prime, R prime, E prime, A prime, and D prime. And if you wanted to go ahead and pause the video and try these on your own, and then you could restart and check, feel free to do that. So again, all the x values are going to stay the same. So I have -4, -1, 3, 2, -2, but all the y's are changing to the opposite. Notice how I said opposite here instead of negative. So now the opposite of 4 is -4. And then opposite of 7 is -7. Opposite of 5 is -5. Opposite of 1 is -1. And then the opposite of -1 is +1. Okay, so all I did was apply my rule to my points, and there are the new coordinates of our reflected image. All right. Moving on to number 3, triangle DEF has coordinates given by D is 2, 7, E is 3, 4, and F is -1, -2. When triangle DEF is reflected across a certain line, E prime stays in the same position, but D becomes 4, 7. What are the coordinates of F? So a lot of information here, so let's pull it apart a little bit at a time. So let's start with our original triangle. Let's make a little sketch. So I have 2, 7. So 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's point D. And E is 3, 4. So 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's E. And then F is -1, -2. So here's point F. So here's our original triangle. And it's reflected across some lines so that E and E prime, so let's switch to another color here. This is also going to be E prime, this point here. So it's E and E prime. And D prime becomes 4, 7. So 4 and 7. So here's D. Let's change colors for that one. D prime is here. Okay, so we can see that D flipped over here So our line must go right down the middle here. Okay, so our line must be 1, 2, 3, x equals 3. That's going to be the line we're reflected over. So I can see that however many units I am to the left, that's how many I want to move to the right. So since I am at -1 here, I'm 1, 2, 3, 4 units over there. So that means I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 units over here to get f prime, and I can see that that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then down 2, 7, -2 for f prime. Okay, and again, if you have any questions, make sure you get those answered.